Coming up on this brand new edition of Talk of the Town from the Noble County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, he is Alan Fraley. He'll be joining us, telling us all about their upcoming fundraiser. From the Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce, that would be Alan's counterpart, it would be Joe Sexton. She's here to talk Witches Brew. Also, from the Cambridge School Board, Amy Kissinger, alongside her friend Jimmy Sylvis, will be up here telling us about the levy that some of you watching this will see on your ballot this November. And also, from the Zanesville Concert Association, Jim McLaughlin tells us about some of the upcoming events with Zanesville Concert Association. It's all on this edition of Talk of the Town.
From the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge, Ohio, it's Talk of the Town.
Welcome into a brand new edition of Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studios here in downtown Cambridge. It's your boy Jeremy Scott back in the saddle. So happy to be here. Thanks again to Mr. Dave Wilson for so ably filling in for me during my little respite period. Folks, each and every morning when I wake up, I ask myself one major question, at least that I can say on the air: where's the beef? And that is why I have from the Noble County Tourism, Mr. Alan Fraley with me. Alan, what's going on, man?
I'll tell you what, Noble County Fair, we sold a lot of beef.
And
a lot of beef.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it went well at the fair. And I think you're going to be selling a lot of beef again here soon with that big steak fry you got going on.
I'll tell you what, we will probably go through an awful lot of steaks that night. We're changing it this year. We've decided to go to a Friday night. So November 9th is our annual fundraiser down there for the Noble County Chamber. We basically roll it all into one night. $40 a ticket. Steak fry gets you in the door. Get you in the grand prize is $3,000 cash. We give $100 bills away every quarter hour for 2 hours. And then we have an auction. We throw some funny things in, like you've never seen this before, but we have a gal that makes homemade noodles and chicken broth.
Okay.
And last year it went somewhere around $900.
Are you serious?
Oh, you get three guys.
What?
No. It has nothing to do with the noodles and the chicken broth. It has everything to do with raising money for the chamber and three guys arguing over who won.
Wow. So therefore, thusly, the stakes,
we have a lot
no
of
pun
fun.
intended, got raised and raised.
We have a lot
and
of fun. But let me tell you about the two auction items that are really going to go well this year.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about the one because I know exactly what it is.
You know exactly what it is. Again, we've been gifted 2 tickets to the Ohio State-Michigan game in Buckeyeville.
Well, that's not the one I was looking forward to, but that is a good one.
Really? You want the other tickets?
Absolutely, I want the other
tickets. The last
tickets.
home Pittsburgh Steelers game this year is against our Cincinnati Bengals in Three Rivers the day before.
I think you mean
New
Heinz
Year's
Field.
Eve. Heinz Field.
Heinz Field, yes. Actually, Heinz Field was never Three Rivers. They actually imploded Three Rivers to build the parking lot so people could park at Heinz Field and pay $80 for a spot.
But Steelers nerdism is showing.
Yeah, you know, what can I say? The Adam Green nerdness has rubbed off onto me. It just manifests itself
But
in
I'll tell
other
you
ways.
what, it goes to the highest bidder. All of the proceeds go to helping the chamber do the activities that we do for the whole community.
Well, I think that's an awesome thing. How many years now has the Chamber of Commerce been doing this?
Years and years. It's been in different forms or different formats, but in this format for at least the last 10 years.
Okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes again. I'm just going to continue on with the
I
bad
love this
puns.
guy.
Hey, listen, I make the dad jokes without even being a dad. What can I say? But I want to talk a little bit more about the meat and potatoes of this because there is a certain admission fee to get your ticket to get in.
$40.
And what time does it get underway?
6 o'clock is happy hour, 7 o'clock. The volunteer firemen fire up the grill and cook the steaks for us.
So you know that it's amazing.
It's just what they do. It's how we do it, and we just let it go.
That is truly awesome. So again, that is this Friday?
No. Friday, November 9th.
Friday, November 9th.
This is
so
a little
you have plenty of
advance
time,
warning.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So it's $40 a pop. That'll get you in the door. Again, 6 o'clock, that is the time it all gets underway and all kinds of sweet stuff that you can win as well. Alan, I want to talk a little bit more about some things going on in Noble County because even though the summer wrapped up, and I think it was a very successful summer for you.
It was a good summer for us.
You've got another fun season coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tourism is one of those things that builds the economy and the baseline. It allows us to have more jobs. It gives us the opportunity to explore opportunities where we may grow a little larger because we saw something happening. So I want to share one story with you that happened 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning. I actually had a chamber member give me a phone call and say, Alan, I need to tell you what just happened in my lot. I said, sure. He goes, I saw a couple bikes come in, motorcycles. I said, okay. He goes, I peeked over and I looked at not Ohio plates. So I walk out and I look and They're New York state plates. I said,
What?
oh, he goes, that happens. Route 78, we're just off the edge of the interstate. He goes, then more bikes showed up. He said, we ended up with well over 20 motorcycles and every one of them had New York state plates. He goes, so I go up and I ask the guy, I say, hey, where are you from? What do you do? The guy said, we're all from Rochester, New York. We read about this in the motorcycle magazines, all of the options in southeastern Ohio. Days of touring. So we decided to leave on Friday, drive down. It's over 7 hours to get to St. Clairsville, which is where they picked to stay in a hotel. And their first stop on Saturday morning was to take the back route around Seneca Lake down to Caldwell to get gas and food in Caldwell and then ride all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and go back on Monday morning. Let me tell you why this is important to all of us. Because Rochester, New York drove 7 hours just to get here, southeastern Ohio. They don't know where the county lines are. They don't know where, but they do know we have state parks, we've got curvy roads, we've got rivers, we've got lakes, we've got trees.
Yeah.
And they came here. They're going to have, they had a great weekend 2 weeks ago. They're going to go back and tell other people in upstate New York, we may have it nice, but you should see what they have down there.
Absolutely.
And this keeps everything going. More people involved, more food, more restaurants.
When one of us prospers, we all prosper.
A rising tide lifts all ships.
Perfect way to end that.
A man of wise words, Alan Fraley. And what would you expect? You would expect no less from an ABC alumnus. Alan,
Thank you.
always appreciate you. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on YRP TV.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys that teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
The Old Country Loft in Byesville is full of quality country primitives and a whole lot more. Ruth Dixon and her crew bring you the things you need to decorate your home with country charm and warmth. The Old Country Loft, corner of Main and Glass Avenue, Byesville.
Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/YRPTV and be sure to subscribe.
And welcome on back to Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studios here in downtown Cambridge. It is Jeremy Scott. Folks, I've got to tell you what happened as soon as we wrapped up that last segment. You heard a big, "Oh, testify," coming from the seats, and that's because the person who was a witness to what Alan Fraley just said is the one who makes it run with the Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce. Alan's great counterpart, Joe Sexton. Always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure to see you too.
Hey, you know, I could never get tired. You asked me first thing when you walked in, are you tired about talking about Witches Brew? You know, I'm not tired of talking about Witches Brew because this is going to be a great event and it's coming up very quickly.
It's coming up Friday, which is October 19th.
Right. So depending on when you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, you may or may not still be able to get tickets. And by the way, if you're watching this after Friday, stay tuned to the Chamber website and also the Chamber Facebook page for more updates about, well, other Chamber events and also the next year's event. But go on, Joe. I just wanted to make that little disclaimer.
Well, you know, the background to this is that there have been so many women throughout history in Guernsey County that have really paved the way for where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't think we've told those stories enough. And back in 2014, Polly Cornish and a group of women got together and they wrote a book called Women Trailblazers. And it is all the compilation of women in history in Guernsey County, starting with the Sarchet women who came from the Isle of Guernsey with their spouses and families and were making their way across the country, and they got to Wills Creek and they were tired, and the women said, we're not going any further. This is it. We're not trailblazing anymore. And the men had no choice but to stop and listen to the women. So that was really kind of the beginning of it.
As a matter of fact, don't you have a copy of that book with you right now?
I do. It's a copy, but Women Trailblazers of Guernsey County, Ohio.
Yeah.
And I got my original copy from Debbie Robinson, but I'm sure there's others around. If anybody wants it or wants a copy, I'd be happy to provide it. Lots of wonderful stories in here of women throughout history and the things that they've done, hundreds of them. I mean, it's amazing to me. So with that background, we want to continue the tradition of documenting substantial accomplishments by women in the county. And that is the reason for our Witches Brew luncheon. This is our second annual. And we honored 3 women last year. We're going to honor another 3 this year. Kelly Lynch, Colleen Haycock, and Ashley Carlin.
You know, you probably said these 3 names so many times. And it's almost like to the point where, what's your street address? Oh my gosh, I got to think about it.
Exactly. But we're really excited. Colleen is being honored for her work in business and the community. Ashley is the new up-and-coming person. You know, last year we did a little different category. We'll do it differently each year. But Kelly Lynch in the service area with her work with Children's Services. This event is a heck of a lot of fun, and we give out these awards called the Brew Awards, boldly recognizing exceptional women. And it's a lot of fun too. We know that you want to come to an event and honor women, but you want to have a good time too. So women dress up in costume.
Yeah, and isn't there actually a costume contest that's a part of this?
Yes, there is. Karen Boyer is managing the prizes for that. But we actually have some gentlemen coming, and they're dressing up also, probably as warlocks, I've been told. But it really is lighthearted and fun, but with a real celebration of the accomplishments of women in the community.
Okay, so let's get to the essentials about this. This is coming up on October 19th.
Friday, October 19th, 11:30 to 1 o'clock, Theo's. You can get tickets through the Chamber of Commerce, and they're $30.
Okay.
And it's going to be over the lunch hour. We're going to have a lot of door prizes. We're going to have raffles and have a lot of fun. Pack everything we can into an hour and a half.
What all is going to be given away as a part of these door prizes? Maybe I shouldn't say what all, but give me a few of them.
We have made up baskets of a number of things, including Witches Brew wine.
Oh, yeah.
Some candlesticks, some Halloween-type decorations, scented candles. I mean, there's all kinds of things in these baskets. Plus, we have incredible centerpieces that we'll be giving away. And Marty Reed has created all of those, and they're all in a theme, and they're lots of fun. Theo's is decorating for the event to match all of our centerpieces. It's just going to be a great time.
It is going to be a great time. What's the deadline to get a ticket?
Actually, through Wednesday.
Okay.
But we can stretch that.
Sure.
It just kind of depends where we are. We can add to it. We have about 100 people coming right now, and we can seat 225 up there. So
let's double the attendance is what you're saying.
Let's do it. Wendy would be thrilled if I called her and told her we had 225 people.
Oh, absolutely, she would. So again, this is coming up Friday, October 19th. It gets underway at 11:30 a.m. and it just goes till about 1 p.m. And so it's going to be a great event, ladies and gentlemen. $30 gets you in the door. You have a chance to win all kinds of nice prizes. Don't forget to dress up too, because there might be a little something in it for you. Go and honor these awesome women. And hey, if people are watching this after Friday or maybe after the ticket deadline, what is the date for next year's event?
October 25th right now for next year. We may even change that to an evening, but if we do, it'll probably be that evening. But we have it reserved for October 25th next year. And just go to Facebook and go to our website and look at the pictures, and you'll see what kind of fun we have.
She's Jo Sexton from the Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce. Always a pleasure. And I hope this is a big boom and success for you.
It will be. Thanks.
It is Jeremy Scott. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on YRP TV.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
A
great place to live, work, and play.
Bundy Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy Law Funeral Home. Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/YRPTV and be sure to subscribe.
Welcome on back to Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studios. It's Jeremy Scott. Folks, I'd be remiss in my duties if I didn't remind you, you can watch all past episodes of Talk of the Town on our YouTube channel, YRPTV. Do it for Adam Green. He would love it if you did. He wants more hits on his stuff. That's right. So this past spring, the Cambridge School Board tried to pass a levy, didn't quite pass, so they're doing it again, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see it if you live in a certain area where you're watching this show. If you live in a certain area, you will see it on your ballot this November. Here to talk about that very thing from the Cambridge School Board, Amy Grubbs, Amy Kissinger Grubbs, as she's known, and also Jimmy Sylvis. He's not on the board, but he's great anyway. He's a great person to talk about just about anything, because Jimmy, well, if you know Jimmy, you know he can talk about stuff. Never, ever bored.
You say it well, Jeremy.
Well, he is a bobcat.
Yes, that's right. Not the Cambridge kind, but I am an Ohio bobcat, and I think Jimmy's a bobcat too.
That's right.
So, Amy, first big question I want to know. What is different about this levy that you'll see on your ballot for November than the one that was on your ballot in May?
Jeremy, we've reduced the millage that we're asking for by about in half. And we're asking this time for 4.95 mils, which will generate $1.275 million annually. There's a lot of confusion, and understandably so. People assume that a mill means million.
Right.
And it does not.
Yeah.
So, in any event, we still intend that we are going to make some change, some movement in all of the areas that we identified initially in the levy. Probably won't be able to go quite as far, but we still believe that we'll be able to make a good impact in each of those areas with the passage of this levy.
So when we're talking about this levy and its importance, what exactly, I think this is the million-dollar question, no pun intended, will it go to pay for?
There are a variety of initiatives that we plan to improve upon with the passage of this levy, and they are the same, like I said before, as the last levy that we asked the community to support. We want to improve our curriculum and instructional material offerings, and that will be a benefit to all students from preschool through their senior year in high school. We want to continue to support using that Cambridge police officer for our school resource officer. Continued improvements to a really exciting program that we've initiated at the high school, a health and wellness program, which is not only a benefit to athletes, but any student who wants to participate in that program to improve their health and their fitness. A big topic for a lot of people is eliminate the pay-to-play, which currently is in place for all curricular activities. I think that sometimes people assume that this only has to do with athletes, but it does not. Students in band also have to pay a pay-to-play fee. So we want to remove that barrier for all of our students and make sure that they're all involved productively in something that will keep them, out of trouble maybe with some free time that they might have if they weren't actively engaged in school. And there are a whole lot of other things, but that's a few of them.
Right, that's kind of the crux of the whole issue. Jimmy, one of the things I wanted to ask you, I know that there is some maintenance that needs to be done on some of these buildings.
There is. I mean, these buildings are 15 years old. They're new, but it creates a situation where you have to replace roofing, you have to replace HVAC, you have to do different things that you have to do at home.
Wear and tear.
Right, and for a mere 30 to 50 cents a day, roughly, that's so small. $15 a month, is a great way to take care of what our children are going 6 to 7 hours a day at. Retain people to teach these kids in an effective way. They've got to be excited about their job. When they're in a place that's exciting, then they're going to be excited. So if we can combine that with this very, very small, I mean, I spend double that for a coffee every day. I'm a coffee liker. So
me too.
That's just where I'm at. And like Amy was alluding to as far as even the band, I mean, Jeremy, you like music and things. You know, if we didn't have the opportunity for our young to have this, you know, pay to play taken away so they can learn an instrument, do different things like that with their lives, it is much better than the peer pressures that's out there that they're going to get into if they didn't have these avenues. You know, and Gordon Huff is a great person to look at, you know, in this community that has spent his life doing what he loved to do, and that's playing an instrument.
Absolutely.
Now he can do it for free, you know, at school.
Hey, you know, Amy, one of the things whenever anybody is going to be spending their money on anything, his or her money is obviously near and dear to his or her heart, which it should be. You know, you should always be wanting to look out for your bottom line. They always want to know the verbiage. They always want to know the fine print of anything they're going to be spending their money on. Is there a place that somebody can go to read all of that verbiage?
Sure. They can, if they like Facebook, they can go to our Citizens for the Future of Cambridge City Schools Facebook. They can also contact the superintendent at the school district. They can contact any of the elected school board members. Pretty much that's it. You know, phone calls, emails, you know, whatever you want to do. Reach out, you know, ask me if you have questions, ask another board member, call the school district office, and if you have questions, don't guess and wonder. We want you to make informed decisions. We believe that if you do your homework and you learn what this will pay for and how it will make our entire community stronger, we believe that you're going to have an easy time voting yes.
She is Amy Kissinger from the Cambridge School Board. He is Jimmy Sylvis. Pleasure to see you as always.
Thank you.
And community starts with schools and students.
Absolutely.
You've got to grow them to grow this community in the right direction.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on YRP TV.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
For a show schedule of upcoming guests and to watch past episodes, go to yourradioplace.com.
Back here at Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge, it is Jeremy Scott. And, you know, it's kind of like Amy and Jimmy were just talking about last segment. Art's so important. We are big fans of the arts here at Talk of the Town, and that's why we're always happy to give the guy who joins me on set right now any airtime he wants. Joining me right now from the Zanesville Concert Association, I have Mr. Jim McLaughlin. Pleasure to see you, my friend.
Good to be here.
Hey, really quickly, how did that barbershop show go that you were here promoting?
It was fabulous.
Good.
And not only for the audience, which we had a good-sized audience, but the chorus had a ball also. So it was really neat. We need to do another road trip, I guess.
Absolutely you do. Hey, I think that you need to make a full tour out of it, complete with the shirts that you sell with the dates and the cities on the back.
That sounds great.
Concert writers telling everybody exactly what it is that they need to put in your dressing room or you will not perform. There you go. Exactly.
We're
Van
in good
Halen
shape
style,
with the boss.
Baby.
This
Van
is good.
Halen style. Hey, so that is over for you now, and it was a successful time. I want to talk more about some things going on, not barbershop related, but arts related with the Zanesville Concert Association. You have something coming up this Sunday, is that correct?
This Sunday we begin our 80th season of bringing world-class entertainment to the southeastern Ohio at a very minimal price. And our star for the first event is Ethan Bortnick. Now, if that name does not roll off your tongue, you've seen him on PBS because he does a special each year when they're doing their fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
17 years old, he's senior in high school, and the Guinness Book of World Records says he's the youngest solo performer in the world.
Wow. And
has his own band. And he will, his music director is Billy Joel's music director.
So basically this kid's no good at all.
Yeah. And he'll sing from the American Songbook. He is a fabulous pianist. He'll play Some for people that are pianists, he'll play some Chopin, he'll play some piano solos, but he'll go from the youngest to the oldest in the audience, making them have fun.
There you go.
Everyone will be participating, and so it's a family show. And he'll even do a program for all the fourth graders in the area the next day, that there's a separate program that goes on. But, and we have a gala party with him, meet and greet with Theo's catering that, following the concert. So, and I can't remember the full menu, but the first thing on it is carved roast beef.
Well, there you go. You could just stop right there. I think people will buy tickets.
So it's not going to be, just finger food. It's going to be the real McCoy. But Ethan always has a production number, so we're featuring the West Muskingum High School Choir on stage for his production numbers. So it's going to be a fun event, 3 o'clock, Secrets Auditorium in Zanesville next Sunday, the 21st. And kids get in for free. High school students get in for free. College students that have a current ID get in for free.
Nice.
So we only sell to the adults.
There you go.
And we have lots of people in the community that are community sponsors, that are benefactors and pacemakers that help this organization continue in its 80th year.
80th year. That is truly amazing. So where can people get the tickets? Do they just come at the door, or can they get them ahead of time?
You can purchase them at the door. You can purchase it from our website, ZanesvilleConcertAssociation.com, or from the Secrets website. And the secret is you should buy the season. The season tickets are $65. If you buy an individual ticket, it's $55.
Okay.
$10 more, you get 10 concerts because we have a reciprocal relationship with Mount Vernon. You can go to their concerts just by showing your pass with our organization.
I know that is one of your big concerts coming up. Obviously, it's the most immediate one coming up. That is Sunday, October the 21st, just to be specific about it, because people can be watching this at any time, especially if they're watching on YouTube. So I want to make sure that we're very specific about that. But you have a few other shows coming up after the first of the year?
In December, we have the Four Freshmen. True. We have the Shanghai Symphony Orchestra in February, and we have Tango from Heaven in March. And that will be, of course, lots of dancing, a lot of a miniature orchestra, chamber orchestra, I should say, on the stage with a harp, and the harpist even gets up and dances sometimes too. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful season in Zanesville, and we have 1,750 seats. There's room for everyone.
Absolutely, there is. And actually, I'm holding one of these cool brochures right now that you can check out with the lineup for the upcoming season. Where can somebody get one of these?
You can get them at the Chamber of Commerce. You can get them at Secrets Auditorium. Or the whole brochure is really on our website. So just go to our website, ZanesvilleConcertAssociation.com.
He is the bookie for the Zanesville Concert Association. He is the booking agent. He is Jim McLaughlin. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thanks so much, Jeremy.
It is Jeremy Scott. We'll be back to wrap up Talk of the Town right here on YRP TV and on Channel 1021.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys that teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
Bundy Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy Law Funeral Home.
Thanks again to all my guests on this edition of Talk of the Town from the Noble County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. Can't forget that tourism part, Alan Fraley. Also from the Cambridge Area Chamber of Commerce. Oh yes, we were graced with the presence of Joe Sexton From the Cambridge School Board, Amy Kissinger joined me, and so did Jimmy Sylvis. So make sure that you check out all the verbiage on that levy. And also from the Zanesville Concert Association, the booking agent, Jim McLaughlin. Thanks to all those guests. And don't forget, folks, if you would like to see a listing of all of our upcoming sports broadcasts, head to yourradioplace.com. For our Mr. Producer Man, Adam Green, I'm Jeremy Scott saying, have yourself a fantastic day, night, or otherwise.